Hey, today I'm going to invite you to have lunch with me because this is actually an experiment. I'm going to try no chicken soup, believe it or not. I just came across this product, Amy Soups. I've had it before, and some of their soups have been very, very tasty, but I never saw something like this. It actually says no chicken noodle soup. All right, so it's made without chicken. It is made with all kinds of organic ingredients. There's organic, let me see, there's the spring water, you gotta have that. There's organic noodles, there's organic vegetables, organic everything. That doesn't mean too much for me in terms of importance. There is no nutritional difference between conventional or organic. One can make some arguments for organic based on environmental grounds, but those are very complex arguments. Obviously, I am interested in the taste, but before that, I'm interested in the nutritional value as well. And as you know, of course, these days you have to have on the label the nutritional value. Now, there are a couple of things here that are concerning. One is the sodium content. You know that we do worry about sodium, and depending on which expert you listen to, it should certainly be below 2,300 milligrams a day. Some say that it should be below 1,500 milligrams a day because sodium, of course, is tied to blood pressure. So anyway, when I look at the label here, it tells me that it has 680 milligrams of sodium. So I'm thinking, 680 milligrams, that will quite easily fit into my 2,300 milligrams a day. But then I take a bit of a closer look here, and I see that it says that is per 1 cup or 250 milliliters, but this is 398 milliliters. So when you do that calculation, the sodium content comes out to a lot more. And I propose to eat the whole can of this because it isn't all that much. I'm not going to eat just half of it. So you always have to make sure when you're looking at the label that you take a look at exactly what amounts that they are talking about. Now, there's something else of interest on the label here, and this is the no BPA. As you may know, there is some concern about bisphenol A, which is a substance that is used in many, many different connections, mostly in the manufacture of polycarbonate plastics, but also in the making of epoxy resins that are used in some cans to line the inside of the can to make sure that the food doesn't come into contact with the metal and take on any of the metallic taste. There certainly are other alternatives to BPA, and many producers now are using those alternatives. But I think that the whole idea of making a big deal out of no BPA, isn't really appropriate. When you take a look at the scientific literature in its entirety, it's very questionable what impact BPA really has on our health. All right, but in any case, the real question is, what does this taste like? So I've never tasted this before. So what we're going to do here is a real experiment. A first time ever. I'm going to taste the no chicken soup. Now, I've always been interested in chicken soup because, it's called Jewish penicillin. It was originally introduced by Maimonides in the 12th century as a potential remedy against the common cold. And there actually have been some scientific studies looking at chicken soup, so I'm interested in that. There's not a whole lot of science there. But what about this thing, which is chicken soup without any chicken in there? So what is there instead of the chicken? I think it's pieces of soy. All right, let's give this a shot. Not bad. I think I'll stick to my own homemade chicken soup, though, with lots of vegetables that I put in there. I put in parsnip, I put celery root, I put garlic, of course, all kinds of good stuff. I think it tastes a little better than this, but it isn't bad. Anyway, that's my take on the no chicken noodle soup. And that is our cup of joe for today. Soup and coffee, not the best combination.